Lumber Liquidators PBA Tour on ESPN is brought to you by Bayer. The more you know, the more you trust Bayer. By Prescription Flomax. By CLR. CLR. All kinds of dirty, one kind of clean. And by the United States Bowling Congress, ensuring the integrity and protecting the future of the sport of bowling. Bowl with us.
Those were shots of the Henry Ford Museum here in Detroit. Not a lot of hybrids shown in that display as we come back inside the house here. Taylor, Michigan, an updated look at the Denny's PBA Player of the Year standings, and Bill O'Neill with his second place finish last week, now sitting in third place with 18 points, just 2 behind Walter Ray Williams Jr.
Slowly but surely climbing that ladder.
And this is a guy, Randy, that you really feel once he gets that first title, it's the old snowball effect.
There's only one thing holding Bill O'Neill back. That's Bill controlling his emotions on television.
And when you say controlling emotions, it's not like he's acting out, not like he's barking and screaming that you might see on a football field or a basketball court when you're talking about containing your emotions. These are just subtle, slow it down, breathe type of emotions you're discussing.
No, exactly. I mean, he gets into a situation where he has a chance to put his opponent away on television or win his first title, and he gets amped up internally and he gets fast. And he's got to be able to control his pulse when it comes down to crunch time. So that will enable him to make the shot that he wants to make.
After 6, O'Neill down just 1. 05-06 Rookie of the Year. Rhino Page is the reigning Rookie of the Year in the PBA. We've yet to see him on television this season. All right, let's get it going here. A lot of O'Neill fans in the crowd here. Again, O'Neill bowled collegiately not too far from here at Saginaw Valley State University in University Center, Michigan.
Bill's like, thank you, Lord.
Mike Wolf steps up in the 7th. Just 2 strikes he has thrown here in the semis. 3 career tour titles to his name. There we go. Now we're starting to figure things out.
Yeah, and I don't think Mike's a big fan of the right lane.
That one was hooking. Man, that one went sideways.
See Wolf's max, one better than what O'Neill could do as we begin the 8th. Both O'Neill and Wolf rolling off of strikes in the 7th. All right, back-to-back jacks for Wolf here in semifinal number 2. That's the first pair of strikes he's been able to string together.
And it looks like the left lane's a little bit better than the right lane. Good news for Mike Wolf. He gets to finish the match on the left lane. For Bill O'Neill, not so much.
And 2 in a row for O'Neill as well.
Unless he does a lot like that.
Again, if they all strike out, Wolf will win by 1.
237, 238.
After a slow start for both, they seem to have found their line and their pacing.
Up a hill.
3 in a row for O'Neill.
You know, the interesting part, though, is that the ball's not finishing flush in the pocket. The strikes that we're watching, with the exception of Mike Wolf's last strike, they're all light mixers, and that's not a real comforting thing, because on an easy oil pattern, you have no trouble getting the ball into the 1-3 pocket. This oil pattern is broken down in such a manner that it's not so easy anymore.
So both have now thrown 3 in a row.
And let me just make one other observation, if I may, Robert. It's starting to look like this tournament could be gift wrapped for a certain Mike Scroggins.
Sounds about right. You kind of had that gut feeling going into this one as well.
Being the lone southpaw, and he's able to do what he likes to do, going nice and straight at the pocket. But, again, the lanes are constantly transitioning. Who knows? The right side of the lane can break down again and turn into something pretty good.
Scroggins rolled a 238 in his semifinal win over Robert Smith, the 10th. Wolff. If he strikes out, he will move on to the title. He is 2 throws away from doing just that. 4 in a row there for Wolff.
No reference to food on that 4-bagger there, Rob?
Well, the holidays are coming up.
Saving it.
Yeah. Pace ourselves.
2 more here. Mike Wolff shuts out Bill O'Neill.
Five down, 1 to go. Mike Wolff is not Tommy Jones. That's a good sign.
There's a story there, but
all right.
I'd like to wait until after this match.
Can we say it while we're on the air, or is it an off-the-air story?
It's on the air story.
Oh, excellent.
Needs 10 here
Sure you catch it.
to advance. Oh! Well, Rob, now we have the possibility of a tie. Bill O'Neill has a chance, but he needs all 3 strikes in the 10th frame to tie.
Well, let's see what you're made of, youngster. The 27-year-old Bill O'Neill steps up. The real deal. Needs 3 in a row to force a roll-off. Denied. Again, for the 3rd straight week, O'Neill makes television and fails to get that elusive first title.
So you want to hear the Mike Wolff story?
Love it.
Apparently, this happens on a weekly basis where a couple of fans will go up to Mike and ask him for his autograph. The only downside is that they've got the book open to Tommy Jones's picture.
Love it.
Fluff. Yes. Hang in there, buddy.
237 to 215. Mike Wolff rolls on, where he will face Mike Scroggins in the title match of the PBA Ultimate Scoring Championship. Coming up, a bowling history lesson in one of Detroit's most historic athletic clubs. I said athletic, Randy.